of WHNZ AM, its staff, management, or parent company, Clear Channel Communications Incorporated.
Welcome to the Caregiver Hour on 1250 WINS WHNZ, offering support for those who care for a loved one. A show that cares about you and supports and encourages you, the caregiver. Here's your host, Kim Linder.
Good morning, everyone, and I am thrilled that I have been your host of the Caregiver Hour for the last 4 years. And today is the last show, and I wanted to thank so many people who have helped make this all come together. Certainly my manager here at Clear Channel and the team, and also John Gaston from Tampa Bay Multimedia, who's put this live web stream into effect and has done a wonderful job. But it's been really my family, my close friends, my team, my staff, and our sponsors who've just been resilient and have just hung in there and really have seen the vision and shared my vision and really have made it wonderful. So many of our thousands of listeners, and I thank you all. Our listeners and our caregivers really are the gems, and I want to again give you a special thanks from my heart for just being with me through this journey. And I believe that this has been a co-creation, that we've created this together as a team, as a community, and what a beautiful community we have. The Tampa Bay area just rocks. But, you know, this show has really reached national attention. And what's happened is that I have an opportunity, I have a new venture to take the Caregiver Hour radio show is going to be ending, but I'm going to be taking that sense of what the purpose of the show has been, which has been to help caregivers create balance in their lives, a gentle reminder that they are important, their well-being is important just as the people that they care for, and using that mind, body, spirit connection that is so important. And what we're going to be doing is creating a caregiver membership club for caregivers nationwide, and having products and services that are directed to you, that are focused on the care for your loved one, but also for the care for yourself. And so I get to start from scratch, so I'm excited about this endeavor. Just like the radio show, I started from scratch, and the symposiums and the workshops, all of that, including the helpline, has all been from scratch, and it's been a great journey, and I've had so much fun doing this show. And this membership club, you certainly can stay in touch with me. Everything is still going to be active on the website. All the resources, all the sponsors, links are going to be active, and the blogging. So it's all going to be good. And so if you are listening to the radio show on your iPhone, iPad, or even at work on a computer, you can just go to the website and make sure that you connect with me for the newsletter, and then you will have all the latest and greatest what's happening with Kim. And I want you to feel that you can also share what's happening with you, with me, because again, this is all us creating our own abundance. So if there's something going on for you, I want you to share it with me because I'm happy for you. And my email is at kim@thecaregiverhour.com. This show is going to rock because I have so many guests to end this show together. As a wonderful community. It's caregiver resources, making well-informed decisions, and that's so important. And my first guest is Lisa Lawrence, CSA President at Care Patrol, formerly Assisted Transition. So, Lisa, thank you for being with me this morning.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here for the last show.
Oh, you're giving me a sad look. It is sad, but yeah. I'm also glad and excited.
Great opportunity.
Yes, just like it's been for you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So why don't we jump into having the conversations about well-informed decisions? And I know caregivers are always hungry for that information. So how do we help them?
I think for me, when I think about well-informed decisions, I think about people making decisions based on lack of information. And
they're guessing.
They're guessing. They hear from their neighbor, oh, I should do this, or I can't afford it, or they just make assumptions that what they're hearing from people, from friends and neighbors is accurate, and it isn't always accurate. Care is, for your loved one specifically, is not a one-size-fits-all solution. So everyone really needs to talk to an expert about what is the solution for their specific loved one. Because, for instance, if you think you have a limited budget, there is funding available for care for people that can help the caregiver, help their loved one, and they should seek out those options and not just make an assumption that they can't afford it. They have to do it all themselves.
Okay, so you would be a good resource for that.
I would be, yes.
I would be a good resource for that. William Rambaum, who's an elder law attorney, would be a great resource for that. Even Mike Lavoie from Beacon Asset Management. So these are all people that have the information, and all of those are found on the caregiverhour.com website. They're all your links. So let's continue, because I wanted to pause and let them know this would be a great way for them to connect with you and any of the other sponsors.
Absolutely. And when I talk to people who are really a lot of times at their last wit's end,
yes,
they're frustrated, I will put them in touch with those resources that they need and explain to them what's available. So I don't do everything, but I certainly know people who can help them. And in terms of helping them find the right kind of care in the right kind of setting, whether it be assisted living or memory care or in-home care or even a skilled nursing facility, I can definitely help them with that. That's kind of the area that I can help with.
That's a big area because, again, they're blindly hearing their mom's discharged from the hospital. Where is she going now? To a rehab center? Is she going home with home care? Are you going to be caring for her? Maybe you need some respite. Maybe it needs to be into an assisted living. So you're right. You would be the great person where it kind of all pivots around you. So why don't we give them your contact information, Lisa, if they would like to have a conversation with you?
Yes, please call us at 727-282-5019. And my daughter or I would be glad to help you understand what your options are and get you to the right place, hopefully give you a little bit of relief.
So it is a family affair because your daughter and your mother, so it's three different generations who are working at Care Patrol. We're so happy for you. Tell us what you do exactly so that people, when they're calling you, they know exactly what Care Patrol is.
Good. Thank you. Specifically, we help families find assisted living, independent living, memory care, in-home care, skilled nursing facilities, if that's what they need.
So you've checked those all out for them. You've done the homework.
Right. We have pre-screened all of the communities that we work with. We check the safety and care violations of the communities that we recommend. We personally take them to tour those facilities and communities that are recommended to them, and it's a free service to the client.
See, that's why you're on Kim's preferred list, because you've done that homework as well. I do homework as well, but you're meeting other people, and that's why, as a community, why it's so beneficial that we work together. So I think that's perfect, Lisa. Why don't we talk about if someone can't afford assisted living, how do you help them?
We really look at every case individually because in some cases they may be able to afford some in-home care that can help supplement the care that their family is giving them. It's a little less expensive. In some cases they may qualify for Medicaid. In some cases they may qualify for funding through the Veterans Administration. There are several programs through the Veterans Administration that a lot of people don't know about that can provide a significant amount of funding to help pay for the care if someone is a veteran or a spouse of a veteran or a surviving spouse of a veteran. So those are always good options to look at.
So for our viewers and our listeners, this Lisa is giving you some perfect gems and examples of why you would want to call her to find out more information, because you may be assuming that dad can't go into an assisted living, assuming he can't get any home care, and that you have to do it all the time. So, Lisa, let's give them your contact information again.
My number is 727-282-5019.
And Care Patrol is a national company, isn't that true?
That is true. So we also can help people if they want to relocate their loved one to an area near them, or the other way around. If they're coming to Florida or leaving Florida, we have contacts who have done the same thing that I do here locally in other parts of the country.
Let's talk about choosing an assisted living or memory care facility. We have about another minute and a half. Okay. What would be your best way of helping someone in that situation? Because there are two different facilities. Sometimes an assisted living has both kinds of care, but sometimes there's facilities that just focus on memory care. How do you help them choose? And we have one more minute.
It really depends on the individual. Again, not a one-size-fits-all.
Right.
So if somebody has some dementia, but they are progressing in a disease such as Alzheimer's, but they don't yet need to be in a memory care community, we would want to make sure that we help them find an assisted living facility that also has memory care, so they don't have to move again later,
Okay.
for instance. If someone definitely needs memory care right out of the gate, then that's the type of community we would look for. Basically, we will sit down and understand what the care needs are of the individual, and then we make some recommendations. And also, what do they like socially? Do they like to be alone? Do they like, a lot of activity? Do they like to, have music and dancing every Friday night? Then we'll try to find a place that meets those needs.
That's perfect. Again, thank you so much for being here today. You look gorgeous, by the way.
Thank you.
I love that suit on you, and your pearls are just beautiful. So thank you so much for being one of our loyal sponsors, Lisa. We're so excited, and we're going to see where it takes us next, because Care Patrol is a national company, and we are doing things on a national level. So you never know, we may do lunch and then talk about it some more.
All right. And thank you, because you have helped me with some very difficult questions. So she's just a plethora of information. I do really appreciate that.
You're very welcome. Stay with us. We have Linda Ward, who is President and CEO of Gulfside Hospice and Pasco Palliative Care. We've got a great interview with her. Stay with us. I'm Kim Linder, your host of the Caregiver Hour on 1250 WINS WHNZ.
Life is better when your body is running at 100%. 100% Chiropractic works to inspire people to take control of their health by eating a proper diet, exercising, and making sure that the nervous system that controls the entire body is functioning at its peak. Countless numbers of people have been helped with pain management and to come off medications. The answer to health is not more pills, but it is to get the body functioning better so it does not need medication. 100% Chiropractic with Dr. Chris Crawford can and will help you. Life is better at 100%. Call them at 813-510-3986 or go to 100%chiropractic.com.
Hello, this is Patricia Scott, president of Up Hypnosis Institute in Palm Harbor, Florida. I'm a certified medical hypnotherapist and master trainer of hypnosis and neurolinguistic programming, or NLP. Whether you're looking to start a new career or want to add these techniques to your current practice, our internationally approved certifications and continuing education classes are exactly what you need. Contact me now at 727-943-5003 or go to uphypnosis.com. That's UP for unlimited possibilities.
St. Joseph's John Knox Village of Tampa Bay, Tampa's premier retirement community, is part of the Baycare Health System. John Knox Village is known for its successful aging lifestyle, along with spacious apartments. John Knox Village offers a wide range of activities to fill one's life spiritually, physically, mentally, educationally, and nutritionally. In addition, every level of care is available to meet the needs of the aging population. John Knox Village, comfortable, casual, and secure for life. To schedule a tour, call 1-800-272-5669. St. Joseph's John Knox Village of Tampa Bay, Tampa's premier retirement community, is part of the Baycare Health System. John Knox Village is known for its successful aging lifestyle, along with spacious apartments. John Knox Village offers a wide range of activities to fill one's life spiritually, physically, mentally, educationally, and nutritionally. In addition, every level of care is available to meet the needs of the aging population. John Knox Village, comfortable, casual, and secure for life. To schedule a tour, call 1-800-272-5669.
Caregivers, are you worried about mom or dad needing more care? How do you know when it's time to get help? Since 2004, Harmony Home Health has helped seniors in Tampa Bay find joy in their journey. You'd be amazed at how just a little bit of care can go a very long way. From just once in a while to every day of the week, your loved ones experience independence, safety, and dignity wherever they call home, and your whole family experiences harmony. With Harmony Home Health, you are not alone. You can trust their family to take care of yours. Call 727-723-7532 or visit their website at harmonyhh.com/Kim.
It's the Caregiver Hour on 1250 WINS WHNZ with encouragement, guidance, and support for caregivers. Here's your host, Kim Linder.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Caregiver Hour radio show. I've been just talking to Lisa Lawrence with Care Patrol, and we are so excited about bringing our next guest on, Linda Ward, President and CEO at Gulfside Hospice and Pasco Palliative Care. So we want to welcome Linda to the Caregiver Hour. How are you? She's going to be via phone. She's not here at the studio. So her picture's up on our website, so on the web live stream, so we get to see how beautiful she is. So Linda, welcome to the Caregiver Hour.
Good morning, Kim. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Why don't we start off right away about who you are and what you do and your organization, so people get a sense of who's speaking, who I'm having a conversation with.
Okay, great. Well, as Kim said, my name is Linda Ward. I'm the president and CEO of Gulfside Hospice and Pasco Palliative Care. And what we are is we're a nonprofit 501c3 organization, healthcare company serving all of Pasco County with hospice care and non-hospice palliative care services. We serve about 400 patients daily. We have about 300 employees, about 500 volunteers, 5 thrift shops, and 4 inpatient care centers, and several offices and bereavement centers throughout the county. And we're very proud and honored to serve the community with end-of-life care and chronic illness.
Linda, how long, and this has been your passion, correct?
It has been my passion. I've been in healthcare for 30 years and have been in hospice for 10 years.
Okay. So tell us about hospice care, because some people still don't understand hospice care and what that means, and when does hospice care become part of the caring process?
Sure. Well, the Medicare hospice benefit went into effect in 1985 following lots of years of research regarding people as they go through chronic illness into late-stage illness and end-of-life care. And the benefit is available for people with a prognosis of 6 months or less, or until the illness runs its course. And the reason why that is that, because it's very hard at times to predict precisely the time of death, and each person has his or her own experience with illness, the benefit is open to the patient for as long as that criteria is met. So many people live, much longer than 6 months and still receive the benefit of hospice care. But the core premise of hospice is to provide a concept of comfort, dignity, comfort measures while a person is going through late-stage and terminal illness, and to provide an interdisciplinary approach to spiritual care, psychosocial services, physicians, nurses, personal hygiene and services through certified nurses' aides, and the whole interdisciplinary plan of care is for not only the patient but for families and loved ones surrounding that person as he or she goes through his or her life journey.
Okay, so can you give me an example of how you do care for the patient and then also care for the family caregiver? What resources are there for the family caregiver?
Sure, absolutely. So let's say a patient is on our service for late-stage heart disease, which is one of the most utilized services for hospice care. And so the person is assessed by our nurse and our physician and is admitted to our service wherever the person lives.
Okay.
So the hospice providers come to that person's home. Many people live in their own private homes. Some live in retirement communities or assisted living facilities or nursing homes. And then some are actually in our inpatient care centers, our hospice care centers. But the majority of hospice patients throughout this country choose to remain in their own home.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when caregiving gets very challenging, especially for a senior couple who one of the spouses is aging himself or herself, and so the interdisciplinary group looks at the whole picture.
That's great.
And assesses what's best, what are the options for patient and what is the option for the caregiver. And, really this is a very participatory type of service. So the patient will tell our team, this is what I want, this is what I'm hoping to feel, this is how I want to, live my, last months or days. Here's my pain level, this is, my cognitive status and how I want to remain, and where I want to stay. And then the caregiver is also part of that, but he or she may also know that will know that it's important for that person to remain healthy and, nourished and not sleep deprived, so that person can provide the best care that they can. So we might offer the caregiver respite services.
Okay.
So, for instance, as a person is deteriorating, the patient is declining, and the caregiving becomes much greater, we can certainly provide respite services for the patient temporarily, so that the caregiver could just take some time out. And we do that 5 days in a row, as many times
That's wonderful.
throughout the year as possible, and the services are paid by Gulfside.
That's fabulous. Okay.
Yeah. And
really
then there
terrific.
Are yes, it is. And then there are a lot of psychosocial needs, support groups, counseling, individual, one-on-one, as well as other types of resources available for the caregiver.
Wow, so exciting to have you be part of our community. And I know that you serve, what other counties do you serve?
We actually serve Pasco County exclusively. That's where our license is.
Okay. And then I have another question, and then we're going to wrap it up because we're almost out of time for this segment. And we actually have someone on the phone, on the line. So I just wanted to really briefly, the difference between hospice and palliative care.
Sure. It is a little bit confusing because hospice is definitely at the end of life terminal services and provides palliation, meaning comfort measures. Mm-hmm. But we also have non-hospice palliative care in the country, and what that is for chronically ill people who need services to relieve pain and symptoms, but they're not terminal. And usually the Medicare Part B provision is utilized for palliative care that's non-hospice and like insurance provision.
If someone wants more information about your organization, what's the best way for them to reach your company?
They can call us at 800-561-4883, or they could visit our website, which is www.ghppc.org.
That's terrific. Linda, thank you so much. I'm going to have our caller, which is Tina Costa, come onto the line. So, Tina, hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I know you're on the road. How are you doing today?
I am doing wonderful, but
Good.
I also wanted to give a shout-out to Linda over there because we're actually working very closely with a couple of her folks over there
That's
on
terrific.
their palliative care program, working with Connie James.
Wonderful.
So, yeah, they have an incredible program that they're putting together.
Yes, and I've been to quite a few of their places, and I know that they really do take care of the family member as well as the patient. So, Tina, have a great day. Thank you for calling in.
You are welcome. Take care.
Bye-bye. So, Linda, coming back to you, here you have Tina Costa calling in saying how you guys work together to help families.
Yes, and it is a wonderful partnership, and we really, really make a point of working with, wonderful providers in the community like Tina and organizations that provide services to patients and families so that we can really do what's best for people in our community and work together.
And Tina is from Arcadia Home Care and Staffing, so there's the respite that you use. So thank you so much for being our guest today. Have a lovely day, and we will look forward to having you on again. Maybe I'll see you for lunch, and I have someone else to introduce you to. So have a wonderful day, Linda. Thank you so much.
You too, and thank you for having me, and best wishes for the future as well.
Thank you so much. Stay with us. We've got more to come. I'm Kim Linder.
Welcome to Air Ambulance Worldwide, a leader in the medical transfer industry. If you need to move a loved one anywhere in the world, we can help. You can reach our knowledgeable flight coordinators 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From the moment we receive your call, we'll plan and oversee every step of your patient's transfer, including ground ambulance in the departure and arrival city, private aircraft, and a personalized team of medical staff to travel alongside your patient until they arrive safely at their final destination. All members of our medical staff have at least 5 years of ICU and CCU experience.
Patient care and safety is always the number one concern at Air Ambulance Worldwide. Our customer service is exceptional. Our affiliate, Air Gato Enterprises, manages our aircraft. Air Gato is an Argus Gold safety-rated company. Air Ambulance Worldwide is URAMI accredited. That accreditation says that both our medical protocols and our safety record in aviation is exceptional.
Air Ambulance Worldwide's flagship aircraft is the extraordinary Piaggio P180, which provides the very best cabin environment available for your patient's care. The interior is 50% larger than a Learjet 35, so there is ample room to work closely with the patient. With a stand-up cabin, it can carry 3 passengers, 3 large suitcases, a wheelchair, and has an enclosed lavatory.
As a company, we understand the sensitive nature of this time. We work hard to take away as much of that burden as we can, so our clients can focus on their loved ones' needs. For example, if they have private insurance, we'll confirm benefits, submit, and track the claim to closure.
If you need to get a loved one across the state or around the world, Air Ambulance Worldwide has the experience to complete the mission safely. All of this with the finest aircraft and medical teams in the industry, you can rest assured you are in trusted hands. Call us today, toll free at 877-922-9675 or direct at 727-781-1198.
The Caregiver Hour on 1250 Wins WHNZ. It's about taking care of yourself while you take care of others. Here's your host, Kim Linder.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Caregiver Hour radio show. Today is the last show, but we're having so much fun here because we've got so many great guests giving great information about resources and being well informed as a caregiver. Our next guest is Mark Jones, founder, CEO, and president at Air Ambulance Worldwide, Inc. And I have checked out a lot of the things that Mark does. I've gone to the airport. I've met his staff. I've met his staff in his office. I've seen the plane. I've done my homework. So I'm so thrilled to have Mark here on the Caregiver Hour again. So thank you and welcome, Mark.
Thanks, Kim. It's good to be here.
It's good to be here, too. So tell me about, so that people maybe just tuned in for the first time today, Sure. Tell them about your organization and what you do.
Well, first of all, we're an air ambulance company. We are a fixed-wing operator, not a helicopter service. So Our service is 150 miles or greater, where the helicopter service, a local community like Tampa General, it's the local
if there's an emergency, right. Mm-hmm.
So ours is typically a scheduled thing where we schedule it out. It's over 150 miles. We have a medical director, full medical staff, paramedics, nurses, physicians. And when you walk on board our aircraft, or you're carried on board the aircraft, you're basically walking into an emergency room at Tampa General or any other hospital. And we service literally the world. We've been to every continent except for the Antarctic. So, and that's basically what we do.
Okay. And you're based out of what location?
Well, our offices are in Palm Harbor, but our planes are based at St. Pete Clearwater Airport, PIE. We also lease a Lear 35 and 36 out of Georgia that we staff with our medical staff.
Okay. And how does someone get in touch with you? They have a situation. Do they just call you? And if they do, what is the number they would call you at? Because maybe they're going on vacation or maybe they're traveling for a certain, maybe business travel. You just never know when someone's going to have a situation where they need your services.
Right. Well, there's several ways to reach us. First of all, to all the hospitals and nursing homes and rehab centers throughout the United States, we do mailers to try and keep our name in front of them. But also on the website, we have a very good web page. It's very clear. It's very concise. And they can find us there, and that's www.airambulanceworldwide.com. And then our phone number is 727-781-1198. And we are staffed and manned 24 hours a day. We never use an answering service. So when you call, you'll speak to an employee.
Okay.
This morning before coming over here, we were in between shifts, and I took 3 inquiries in about 15 minutes. So it's really kind of amazing. Sometimes it'll be quiet.
Right.
And then in a matter of minutes, you have 3 or 4 people.
Right. So is this very expensive service?
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's one of the things that we face on a regular basis. The 3 that called this morning all had sticker shock.
Mm-hmm.
You're dealing with a multi-million-dollar aircraft with $150,000 of equipment, doctors, nurses, and so forth. We're 24 hours a day. And, unfortunately, people think they will call and think they can go from New York to California for $3,000-$4,000, and it really is running about $32,000.
Okay.
Now, we take care of 100%, and I think we'll probably talk about that a little. But people call us, and they're concerned about, well, how do I get this set up?
Right.
How do I take care of getting them from the hospital to the airport? When we land, how do we get them from the airport to the hospital or their residence or wherever they're going? Once you turn it over to us, you're done. We take care of everything. There's literally, our goal is to take your frustration, your anxieties away. So that's
Great.
what we try and do.
Well, and also, does that include the flight fare for a companion, a family member as well?
Yeah, there's a couple things. One, depending on the aircraft that's being used,
okay,
we have a variety number of seats. We always have 2 medical staff.
Yes.
The stretcher takes out 2 seats.
Mm-hmm.
And then we, depending on the aircraft, in our Piaggio, we can take up to 3 passengers. There's no additional charge for them. As long as we can handle it space-wise, and so forth. On the Lear 35 or Lear 36, we can handle 1 or 2 passengers, depending on the aircraft, the equipment, and what we're taking along with us.
Okay.
So, but they get to go no additional charge.
Okay. I think that's important for them to know.
Very much so.
You've mentioned your flight and where you've been, so that means there's been thousands of flights that you've done. What is a safety record? Like, how does someone do their research?
Sure.
And I would think safety record would be one of the questions that they ask.
Well, and that's one of the things I mentioned to one of the people this morning. Excuse me. What I suggest, and I don't talk about my competition, but I do suggest that every caller does a search on the internet. And I suggest that they try and find on the internet, I tell them to go search accidents and incidents of air ambulance worldwide.
So they could just Google that.
They will find nothing on there. We're 100% incident accident free. But if they're searching with other people, and because of the cost, people do shop it around.
Of course.
We're not going to be the least expensive, but when they do, I suggest they take that company and just do a search, because you'll find that we're one of the very few that are accident incident free. So
what about if someone has a good website? How do they make sure that they also are a good company?
Right. Well, first of all, there's brokers and there's operators, and once again, I suggest that they do this research. They can drill down and find out from the FAA what kind of a certificate they have.
Okay.
They can do a search for accidents, for incidents. They can do a search for by tail number. If they should ask, what kind of a plane are you flying? Do you own the plane? Do you operate it on your own 135 certificate? So there's some very specific questions that if the person's not forthright, they really will have a trouble dodging the direct answer.
Okay.
So.
What about, is there any kind of insurance that could cover any of the cost or all of it?
Yeah. Well, traditional insurance, we take that on for the family. That's another thing that we do to relieve the pressure off the family. But traditional insurance, Blue Cross, Blue Shield, Aetna, sometimes they will and sometimes they won't, depending on the case.
Okay.
Medicare and Medicaid, about 99% of the time, will not cover this. It's just not something that's built into it. But when you call in, you can check benefits and say, do we have air ambulance coverage? And they'll say, yes, you do. But when you submit that claim, you had to meet certain requirements
Sure.
to have that be able to be paid. Well, we take that off the shoulders of those people. If they will supply us their policy number, their date of birth, the primary insured, we will check, and we know the questions to ask to the benefits people. So they say, yes, we have coverage. Well, what about this, and this? And then you start drilling down and you get to the questions that, oh, well, if it's not medically necessary, then we're not going to cover it.
Right.
Or if they're going from St. Pete, Clearwater, say, to California, but there's somebody in Atlanta that could perform the same service, they'll only pay to the nearest facility.
I see.
So we know how to do that. I will tell you this, that we took on a case and we knew that it should be paid for. We did our research, and we helped this family.
Mm-hmm.
And the family was being told that it would not be paid for. They did pay us for the flight. We took that case on. We went back 5 times, were rejected by the insurance company. We forced it into arbitration. And the arbitrator, within 5 minutes of looking at the case, said, this should never have been on my desk. Pay it 100% in full. It took us 22 months to get paid.
Wow.
We paid back the family 100% of their money.
That's
we didn't
terrific.
charge them a penny.
That's great, and that shows a wonderful reputation that you have in the integrity, and that is why you're also on Kim's preferred list. Because if you need to have air ambulance be part of your world, your life, this is the company that I recommend. Now, can someone get a rider on their insurance if they want just this piece to be added in if it's not part of their regular insurance policy?
On just their traditional policy, they would have to make a change of policy.
Okay.
But what they can do is they can go online and find several places and buy travel insurance. Now, every time I travel, and I travel to Europe, I travel throughout the United States, if I'm going beyond 150 miles from home, I buy travel insurance. I actually have a policy that covers me year-round.
Right.
And you can do that. But that's a separate policy.
Okay.
So you can buy that. You can buy it in 2-week increments. You can buy it for Europe. You can buy it for just domestic U.S. So you can get it, and it's very reasonable. It's very reasonable. If you need it,
right.
It's cheap.
Okay. And then would that cover air ambulance at all?
That would cover the air ambulance. It'll have a medical benefit with it, so it'll stabilize them
the
in
medical
the hospital.
part. Mm-hmm.
And then there's other things like lost luggage, lost passport, lost cash. If you need cash in the winter months, delayed flights, rescheduling of flights. So that's all part of the package.
Okay. You did a great job. Thank you so much for being here today.
Here.
Thank you. So let us give, if you could give your information, if someone would like to inquire about your company, let's do that now.
Sure. Well, on the website, it's very simple. It's airambulanceworldwide.com. And then the phone number is 727-781-1198.
That's wonderful.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for being here today. Well, we have Dr. Kelly Miller here. He's really the king of Miller Clinic for Optimal Health. And I say that because he's been helping me so much with my menopausal issues. And I know I'm not the only caregiver out there that has those issues. So we're going to come back and we're going to have this great conversation about how to help you make decisions about your loved one who may need surgery or not need surgery. So you want to stay with us because we've got more. I'm Kim Linder. You're listening to the Caregiver Hour on 1250 WINS WHNZ.
Dr. Kelly Miller of Miller Clinic for Optimal Health is a chiropractic and naturopathic physician with a certification in acupuncture and aging and regenerative medicine. Dr. Miller integrates the healing arts of chiropractic, acupuncture, and naturopathy with the latest international information on functional aging. Dr. Miller's unique knowledge and skill set allows him to help his patients to keep moving well, keep thinking well, and keep looking their best. Miller Clinic for Optimal Health, 813-774-3744 or drkellymiller.com.
Gulfside Hospice and Pasco Palliative Care provides individualized, compassionate, and comfort care to those living with chronic or life-limiting illness. Caring for Pasco County residents exclusively for 25 years, Gulfside Hospice and Pasco Palliative Care's goal is to make every day count for their patients and loved ones. To find out how they can help, call today at 800-561-4883 or visit online at ghppc.org.
I'm Mike Lavoie with Beacon Asset Management. While 30 years of experience in financial services may have prepared me to be a certified financial planner, no amount of planning could have prepared me for the stress of being a caregiver. The financial planning my dad and I did when my mother became ill made caring for her bearable. At Beacon, we are committed to helping you take care of your financial needs so you can take care of your loved ones. Give us a call at 813-269-0732. 813-269-0732.
Your home is where you feel relaxed, safe, and secure. Arcadia Home Care understands that you want to maintain that freedom and independence, even though you may be recuperating from an injury, illness, or simply require a little support with daily activities of living. You create a plan for your life as you envision it, and you can rest assured Arcadia will provide companionship, personal care, housekeeping, shopping, and errands, or whatever you need. They deliver their services with compassion, dependability, and professionalism. Their caregivers are screened, bonded, and insured, and must meet rigorous hiring standards, so you are confident you're receiving the best care possible for you or your loved one. Visit ArcadiaHomeCare.com or call St. Petersburg at 727-579-9414 to schedule your free in-home assessment and learn how Arcadia can enhance your quality of life while helping you stay at home and healthier longer. Call Arcadia Home Care, 727-579-9414, providing quality services since 1978.
Caregivers now have some help with adult care and respite in St. Petersburg. A comprehensive 6-day-a-week adult day program developed to offer outstanding care and respite to senior adults and their caregivers. Adult Care and Respite offers a variety of personalized health and social programs, as well as support groups. For more information, call 727-329-8744 or visit adultcareandrespite.com. 727-329-8744.
Hi, it's Kim Linder from the Caregiver Hour. I want to tell you about an attorney in Clearwater that I have known for over 7 years. His name is Bill Rambam, and I have referred many families to him for his legal expertise. Bill is one of less than 100 attorneys to be evaluated by the Florida Bar and become certified as a specialist in elder law. His 30 years of experience and impeccable credentials make him one of the most highly regarded legal experts in our area. Give Bill a call today at 727-781-5357 or visit rambomlaw.com. Non-attorney spokesperson.
It's the Caregiver Hour on 1250 Wins WHNZ with encouragement, guidance, and support for caregivers. Here's your host, Kim Linder.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Caregiver Hour radio show. Yes, it's true. Today is the last show that we are airing here in Clear Channel, and it's been a wonderful journey, and I want to thank everyone, my sponsors, our caregivers, the team here at Clear Channel, and my staff, just so many people to thank. And my business is staying open. I just want to make that perfectly clear. I'm still active. I'm still involved in our community, but I'm on to another venture. And just like I've been guided to do the radio show, the symposiums, and the workshops, I'm guided to create another venture, and that's the Caregiver Savings Club. And I don't know what the name is going to be or what it's going to be, look like, but I'm going to be my goal is to bring product and services available for caregivers and their loved ones nationwide at discounted rates. And so I'm just letting you know that that's what I'm going to do. And then as it unfolds, I'll be happy to share that with you. And I want you to share with me the things that are happening for you. So my email is still the same. It's kim@thecaregiverhour.com. The website's still the same, thecaregiverhour.com. All those links are going to be active with our sponsors, and Kim's preferred list is still there for you. The helpline is still there for you 24/7, and that toll-free number is 1-877-552-4950. And I am your caregiver coach and your friend, so I just want you to know I'm always here for you. I want to bring on Dr. Kelly Miller at Miller Clinic for Optimal Health. We want to talk briefly. So, Dr. Miller, welcome back to the Caregiver Hour.
Thanks. Good to be here one more time.
Yeah. We've had a short but very sweet journey together. And you had offered a special for my listeners, and I took advantage and I went to see you. And I'm so glad I did, because I have multiple issues surrounding my menopause stage of my life. And I got stuck. I couldn't lose the weight. I was having other symptoms that just were not really, I was off balance. And I talk about balance on the show. It makes so much sense for me to find my balance, my health balance, my well-being balance. And going to you really has made a difference. So why don't we talk a little about that? What did you make me do? You had me...
Yeah, we did some genetic testing for weight management, because people can vary the amount of carbohydrate, protein, and fats we have for optimal weight management. And also we did nutritional needs, because we can have antioxidant and B vitamin variants that will make us need a lot more than the average person. And if we know those deficiencies, then we can supplement them, and then we won't have the epigenetics or the bad genetic expression and the negative impact on our health. And we did a saliva hormone test. So we evaluated your progesterone, your 3 different types of estrogen, estrone, E1, estradiol, E2, estriol, E3, DHEA, and cortisol levels and testosterone levels. And women need testosterone too.
Yep. So the other one is I did go for my blood work this week.
We did the MRT, right?
So,
that's the food chemical
yes,
sensitivities. So that's important because there could be a food that we normally would think would be healthy, like a good food. It could be an apple, it could be an orange, it could be a tomato, something like that. But we have a problem with digestion, and it causes inflammation in our body.
And the other piece is I'm having heart disease in my family, and you had mentioned a specific test for me to take. So why don't we talk a little about that test?
Right. We do one of the tests we recommend now is called cardiac IQ. Has other names, but that's one that Quest does, and the research came out of Berkeley. And it's actually on my website. If you follow my website, I just blog my thesis on heart health. And basically, what we found is that half the people who have so-called normal cholesterol have heart attacks. And so that screening device is really not a good screening device, because if it doesn't, if it doesn't tell you,
it's not comprehensive.
It's not really going to tell you what your true risk factors. So there are about 11 or 12 different markers in our blood, and one of them is a genetic marker called ApoE. But these markers like PLA2, lipoprotein A, CRP, which is are better indicators. So insulin levels. So they'll actually tell you if you're at a risk. And the great thing about this, that all these are fixable by taking more vitamin C or more folate or B12 or niacin or other natural nutrients like that, L-lysine, L-proline. That's, again, on my website. If you look under heart health, I've laid out a lot of the nutrients for there.
Why don't we give them your website address?
Sure. It's www.drkellymiller.com. They could call the office at 813-774-3744, and we'll extend that offer to all your listeners. And
That's great. Thank you.
We'll do a special again for the next week for a $10 consultation, which is, the paperwork costs that much, so it's a very good deal. So
it's normally what, $105?
$105.
Okay.
Right.
So for all my listeners and viewers, this is a great opportunity for you to find overall wellness in your life. So this is a really great way to part and let you know that I'm thinking about you all the time, but also how I'm going through the process. And is it easy? No. But is it worthwhile? Absolutely. And I was kind of at a point this weekend where I was concerned about some of the things that were happening to me. And I text you, I think, Saturday morning at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, and he called me back right away, and he's like, Kim, what's going on? And he kind of helped me off the edge. So I didn't jump because I was really concerned about something, and he really helped me. And, today's a new day, and I'm doing so much better. So I just want to let you know that, menopause is difficult. Men go through some type of menopause. So I know I'm not just talking to women here. I'm talking to men as well. And I want you to take care of yourself, because that's why I do this show. That's why I'm doing this other project. That's why I do the symposiums. That's why I do what I do, to help you create your own balance. I do want to really talk very briefly, because we've got about 4 more minutes, and someone chatted us, and I want to say hello and thank you to this person before we get off the air and kind of do a closing. Can you just tell me, we talked very briefly, Dr. Miller, about people making decisions about whether to have surgery or not have surgery. And for caregivers, they're the ones who sometimes are in control of what's happening with someone else's health. What kind of conversation would you have with them?
Well, I think we need to know, any alternatives, and what kind of person are you taking care of? Are they someone who is willing to make a change, try to something alternative. But I think when you look at a surgery or any procedure, any medication, you really look at the risk and the benefit risk value. Is this person going to change their quality of life and really improve it?
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to have to go through a long rehab process, post-surgical, or are they going to have to go through, when you talk about chemotherapy or radiation, what's their quality of life going to be? What's the, percentage? And that's, as an individual, we should I hope we all have control of that. I know what my quality, what my definition of quality of life would be, and I think most of us have that. But that certainly there should be a conversation about that, and with the caregiver and who you're taking care of. So a lot of that's in there, but always get a second or third opinion, and also look for, I try to help people do things non-surgically, and surgery is absolutely necessary sometimes. But I always tell people, if you don't want surgery, don't go to surgeon.
Okay.
Because that's what they do.
That's right. That's their specialty. So if they want to get a second opinion about another objective opinion, how would they reach you, Dr. Miller?
Again, call me up, 813-774-3744. I have a wealth of research and information on my website, drkellymiller.com, but you can actually sign up there and you can request what information you're wanting and windows of time you're available for talk, and I'll get back with you as soon as I can and speak to you personally.
And you're also on Kim's preferred list so that you can check us out right on the website if you're listening or watching us now. I want to highly recommend that you make the appointment with Dr. Miller and get these tests done. It's just being more well-informed. And today we've been talking about making decisions. This is a good decision for you to make. I want to thank Larry Cooper, who I chatted us and said, congratulations on a wonderful 4 years. The show will be missed, and I will miss all of you. And again, I want to thank you so much for really hanging in there with me these 4 years and having the journey. We've had laughter, we've had tears, we've had people come in on and sing, we've had comedians, and we've had caregivers, real caregivers who've come and told their stories, who I hope have inspired you and motivated you to create your balance. And I hope that you will take some rest, and I hope that you will really use our website as a way to get to great resources and answers to help you make the best and wisest decision. Thank you so much for a wonderful 4 years. Let's say applause to all of us. Yay! Bless you.
The opinions, viewpoints, and promises made during